Welcome everyone to today's Explainer. I am incredibly excited to have you here today because we're about to plunge headfirst into one of the most massive, beautifully terrifying dark fantasy universes out there right now. If you are a fan of deep lore, cosmic horror, and intricate world building where literally every single choice has a brutal consequence, you are in the exact right place. We're going to explore the sprawling, shifting architecture of the Broken Tavern and figure out how to navigate its official digital hub so we can become a part of the experience ourselves.
Okay, let's dive into this. The whole imagery of the cosmic pin perfectly captures the daunting essence of this universe. You see, the Broken Tavern isn't just some regular building or a simple fantasy setting. It is a living, breathing mansion. It's a cosmic pin holding bleeding dimensions together, and quite literally, it acts as an apex predator feeding upon the multiverse itself. It's a universe where the environment is constantly shifting, hunting, and reacting to the survivors trapped inside its walls. You never step into the same room twice, and the architecture itself is honestly just as much of an enemy as the monsters lurking in the shadows.
To understand the Broken Tavern is to understand madness. I just absolutely love that quote. It's such a chilling hook, and it totally establishes the high-stakes reality of this lore. It completely flips that traditional fantasy trope, where the heroes always win and ride off into the sunset. Here, just surviving with your sanity intact is the ultimate victory. The human mind just isn't meant to survive the weight of the infinite, and the characters who walk these endless floors face profound, existential cosmic horror. It sets up a totally terrifying premise for the brutal mechanics that actually govern this universe.
Section 1. Surviving the Cosmic Pin, where every action has a price.
So, the absolute most crucial point you need to understand is Rule 10. You cannot navigate the Broken Tavern without respecting this immutable law. The tavern operates kind of like a violently reactive immune system, woven deeply into the fabric of existence. If you try to manipulate its deeper laws, whether that's meddling with time, bending the geometry of the endless corridors, or warping reality itself, the tavern aggressively corrects the imbalance. Karma here is absolute, and it always exacts a toll of flesh. The scars you get aren't just physical. They're permanent, soul-altering marks of survival.
Just look at the contrast here. On one hand, you have these visceral, bloody survival battles. A warrior literally bleeding, fighting tooth and nail through hordes of relentless enemies. That showcases the raw, agonizing physical toll of the climb. But contrast that with the other side, where we see this bizarre, crystal-infused cosmic horror. It's a completely mutated, almost beautiful, but absolutely terrifying entity that characters are forced to face. This contrast perfectly illustrates how the tavern throws both brutal, grounded physical combat and mind-bending, reality-warping anomalies at anyone daring to survive its floors. You really have to be prepared for both the sword and the surreal. Let me share a super quick anecdote from the lore that really drives this whole concept home. Take the Void Caller. In the tavern, every single second has a price. The Void Caller actually sought to steal the power of the gods themselves, and crazy enough, they succeeded. But because of Rule 10's dark karma, they permanently paid with their eyes to do it. The darkness is no longer just their magic, it's become their entire, inescapable world. It really makes you ask yourself, what would you be willing to permanently sacrifice for a taste of godlike power? That right there is the terrifying beauty of Rule 10.
Section 2. The Ultimate Digital Hub. Your safe haven in the void.
Now, if you want to consume all this incredible lore without, actually sacrificing your own eyes to the void, their official website is your absolute safe haven. For all you lore hunters out there, the author Bale PH has constructed the ultimate digital hub. It is an incredibly well-designed central architectural nexus where fans can seamlessly track the author's latest drops, read up on the massive interconnected lore, and plunge straight into the expanded universe totally safely. If you want to become a part of this community, plugging into the official website is hands down the best place to begin your climb. And the site's layout actually brilliantly mirrors the physical exploration of the tavern itself. It feels like you're really walking the endless floors. First, you enter the main hallway. This is where you choose your door and access the core graphic novel series. From there, you can dive much deeper into the waters of the lore over at the Codex Library, which holds all the companion guides and massively expanded texts. And finally, you can tune your crystal ball to the Orbcast for some incredibly immersive deep audio lore. And this brilliantly illustrates how the website caters to completely different types of fans. On one side, you have the main series, for those who want intense, character-driven graphic novels full of gritty war, tragedy, and moral complexity. But on the flip side, if you want something highly entertaining to just listen to, you have the Orbcast.
It features these two totally unhinged wizard conspiracy theorists named Zarek and Geldor, literally broadcasting survival tactics directly from their velvet conversation pit. It's an amazingly creative, surprisingly hilarious way to deliver this deep, dark lore to the audience.
What is so fascinating about this hub is the sheer, overwhelming depth just waiting for you. When you visit the Codex library, you aren't just reading brief little summaries, you are uncovering the definitive, sprawling archives. This is where you'll find the hidden truth behind the grinding. You'll read the tragic, complex histories of the chronomancers, mages who wove time itself until it literally unraveled them. And you'll discover the sorrowful tales of the blind cartographers, doomed to map endlessly shifting corridors they can never even see. Knowledge is the only weapon the Tavern cannot entirely take from you, and the Codex is exactly where you arm yourself before the climb.
Section 3. Join the climb today. The Tavern is expanding worldwide.
So how do you physically get your hands on this epic dark fantasy universe? Well, it is expanding faster than the bleeding dimensions of the Tavern itself, and getting involved has literally never been easier. Just consider this massive scale, 40,000 plus. Yeah, you heard that right. Thanks to an incredible publishing partnership with Ingram Spark, the Broken Tavern has exploded onto a massive global scale. The physical and electronic editions of this universe are now distributed to over 40,000 retail locations worldwide. So you absolutely do not have to go hunting for a hidden door in a dark, cursed forest to find these books. You can get the comic series right now at massive retail giants like Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, and even your favorite independent bookstores globally. Whether you prefer the tactile, weighty feel of a physical graphic novel in your hands, or just the immediate convenience of an electronic edition on your tablet, it is available absolutely everywhere you shop.
Which brings us to the culmination of the journey, beautifully captured here in the final accounting. We are talking about dozens of volumes of cosmic horror, intense world-building, and dark fantasy just waiting for you to discover. It's a universe where terrifying characters like Daxton Morgrave, the Shadow Auditor, enforce the immutable laws, and where every single run tests the absolute limits of survival. The lore is vast, the hand-drawn art is just breathtaking, and the community of climbers is actively growing every single day.
So that leaves us with one final, provocative question. Will the next run be your last? The cosmic pin holds, but the dimensions are bleeding. I highly, highly urge you to head over to the official website today, pick up your copy from your favorite retailer, and begin your climb. The Tavern remembers your karma, my friends. Step into the void.